Parliament discussed it and approved it.
Okay.
Government was owing a lot of arrears on the District Assembly's Common Fund.
Okay.
The releases amounting to almost 3-point-something billion at the time. So we saw that because of DDEP and all those things, government would never pay that money.
Okay.
So we said that, look, MPs were complaining about the state of the roads in their districts and their constituencies. How do we resolve that problem?
Okay.
So then let's force government to use that our money to acquire these machines so that they can go to our constituencies and districts and work for us as we are in Parliament. Because if government will not give us the money direct, then let's buy these machines and government will pay.
Okay.
This is how the machines were acquired. Okay. So the Administrative Common Fund has to take it to the Minister of Local Government. It was a struggle before it was approved at local government because we all have to go in and convince the minister. Under Damboche, it was having some problems because of the problem between him and then a Common Fund administrator. Okay. But Matt Ajemensa Kosa, was quite friendly with the idea. Okay. So he accepted it and then moved it to cabinet and got approval.
Okay.
So the whole concept and plan, let me say, I'll give credit to the local government committee, first and foremost, the Common Fund administrator, and the then Deputy Minister for Local Government, Collins Team.
Okay.
He worked with us at the committee level to be able to make sure that we activate this and get it done. And I also want to thank and pay my gratitude at that time to the both sides of leadership in Parliament. Okay. In fact, when we, the local government committee, was laying the report on this issue in Parliament, it wasn't easy. My own side were at me because they thought that acquiring the machines at that time was going to give an advantage to the MPP and the government to use it for elections.
And they were right, were they not?
They were right. They were right. Yeah. Because if we all respected the principle under which it was bought, they wouldn't have done those things they did, using it for partisan politics. Okay. Because these roads, when they are done, will not be to the advantage of only the NDC people. It's for Ghanaians. You understand? Everybody will use that road when it is done and done properly, when it is maintained. So there was no need. You see, what even was annoying is the fact that MP's Common Fund, has been used to acquire this. And then you have somebody who is not an MP, a parliamentary candidate of the MPP, pasting his poster on the machine to do a road to take advantage against an MP.
Yes.
That was how bad it was.
Yeah.
And the resistance we put up was right. Myself, I was involved in about 3 different scaffolds on that. Okay. I remember in the Western region somewhere, I stopped the grader and ripped off the poster on the grader because that person was not an MP. So what right has he got to put his poster on there? And the machines were state machines. So an individual, a politician, has no right to put his poster on the machine. 2, one of the things I'm going to do immediately to be able to get assemblies, the coordinating directors, to give a report on how the monies that were advanced to all the district assemblies for the usage of the machines for that period in December were utilized. Okay. They have to report how they used those monies.
Explain how the
monies were used. Were they used for the right purpose? Were they used to do what they were supposed to do? And what has been the benefits? We should be to measure the benefits. In fact, before I want to really take up this, I want to make sure that the stables are clean. Okay. Because I wouldn't want to inherit somebody's, excuse my language, foolishness.
So you first want to an account of exactly what you have?
First, an account on the machines that were brought in by the John Dramani Mahama government in 2016, which were handed over to the MPP in 2017.
So what they inherited?
Yes.
What happened to them?
Yes.
Where are they?
Yes.
Okay.
Then secondly, I want to have an auction of all these machines as of today. I've started already. I've been to Bono, I've been to Ahafo. Okay. And I'm having wonderful cooperation from JA Plant Pool and Zoom Lion on this. We're working together to make sure. I've had the let me say, the list. And I want to go around the country and mark them myself and be sure that all these machines have their batteries on, all these machines are in good condition, before they start working.
So you go around the country to inspect the machines for yourself?
Yes. Because if I'm taking over something, I must be sure what I'm taking over. I'm not the sort of person who will just go into an office and just sit there and start working. No, because tomorrow, one day, I will give account. You understand?
Okay.
If President Mama should call me, Nii, what is the situation on drip? I should be able to give him some good answers.
Okay.
You understand? And people have known me for one thing, that I want to be accountable.
Okay.
And that's what I want to do. Look, I want a situation whereby I can justify any decision I take.
Okay.
First, there were machines. Where are they?
Okay.
Secondly, these new machines, are they all in order?
Okay.
Thirdly, monies were given out for some work to be done with these machines.
Okay. You want the
I want
progress
to
of
see
those
what.
work? Okay.
Yes, I want to be sure that those works were done, and they were done according to specification, and according to the money that were released. If all the monies were not used, where is the balance?
Okay.
You understand? I want to know all these things.
I see. That audit alone, how long do you anticipate it to take?
Oh, just about 2-3 weeks or so. I know how to be able to go around Ghana without difficulty. I've done that work several times.
Because I'm wondering, from 2016, machines are handed over. Who would you be directing those questions to?
The assemblies, the district coordinating directors, they took over those machines.
I see.
And if there is any former chief executive who was involved in anything with the machines and have questions to answer, if that man goes back into the mother's womb, I'll pluck him out.
I see.
Yes, to answer those questions.
So you'll be asking those the civil servants who never leave post.
Yes, first.
What happened?
Yes. And if they point any finger to any politician, that politician will have a case to answer. Nii Lante is not somebody who will just allow you to go away with it. You will answer questions.
I see. So that's the starting point for you.
Yes.
Before you come to the machines that you procured most recently.
Yes.
As far as you know, did every constituency have one?
Every district.
Every district was supposed to have one.
Yes. They have minimum of 7.
A district has minimum of 7?
Yes. Different machines.
7 different machines for every district?
Yes.
Give us an idea what these machines were.
We have tipper trucks.
Okay.
Back rollers.
Okay.
Graders.
Okay.
Concrete mixers.
So a retinue of machines that can be used for road construction.
Yes.
So it was not only about machines that they use for shaping of roads.
No.
You can actually do.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. We can do culverts.
Okay.
Drains.
Okay.
Because if you're going to shape a road, for example, let me give one example. I went to a district capital like what do you call the place? Adabokrom in Bia.
Okay.
A whole district capital.
Okay.
It hasn't got 1/3 road. Such a
district capital that has
no 1/3 road.
District capital.
Yes.
I'm
being serious.
Seriously?
Yes.
No third road?
No.
Through the capital?
Yes.
Or out of the capital?
Through the capital.
Wow.
Yeah. So such a district, I think it would be appropriate that we look at even going beyond just maintaining the road.
Okay.
Is it possible to be able to just even do bitumen surface?
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Give them some little drains into the district capital. Okay. So all these will be looked at within the framework of DRIP.
Okay.
If it's possible, it has to be done.
Okay.
So that they will also appreciate government.
Okay.
That is not the only place. So many districts in the northern part of the country and northeast, Yoyo, even Brumpugu, and such other places. Okay. You see, DRIP is going to give some relief to our members of parliament, because this has been one of the most serious headaches when they sit in the house. Issue of roads to their rural areas, roads to where the goods and the, let me say, all these cocoa, gold, oil, and the rest are coming from.
Okay.
I had opportunity to travel on the campaign to the Western region, in the Ahanta West.
Okay.
Yes, where my sister Kuka Bisio is a member of parliament now. We traveled almost 2 hours in the morning, and the road was terrible. That was when I saw the drip machine working, and an MPP candidate has his poster on it.
Okay.
Yes. You know, because of these drip machines, one of our comrades from Ewutu Senya went to jail.
Really?
Yes.
What did he do?
There was an argument, a fight. They were not happy with the fact that the MPP candidate, Eugene Ahen, had pasted his posters on the machines. So they went into confrontation to remove the posters. And they were charged. It also happened in the northern region.
Okay.
No, I think Savannah region, in the Zuweres constituency. It happened in so many other places in the country, because Ghanaians were not happy with the fact that these things were being used for politics.
Okay.
Yeah. So there were a lot of confrontation. I think Shai Osudoku, the same. There was a problem there. So these machines are so important to the life of the people. In fact, I've had calls from chiefs, opinion leaders, constituency executives, regional executives, on how they want us to work together to make this program very impacting and impactful.
Okay. So now, and that's the interesting part, because you were just talking about a district capital that does not have a single tarred road. Your rounds during the campaign perhaps will give you a clear idea of how big a work you have.
I think that's why President Mahama decided that I'm one of the best people to go there, because I was with him throughout the country.
How huge is the task?
It's huge. I know we've had problems with roads, but Sena, when you see the problems with our roads in Accra, maybe Kumasi and the rest, and you complain about potholes, I'll say you count yourself blessed to go through some parts of the country where the roads are just not more trouble. Apart from motorbikes, no car can really, and if a car will even ply that road, it will be at a cost.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, we're looking at DRIP benefiting the people in the districts, in the rural areas, in a very, very, let me say, renounced and also obvious manner.
Okay.
Let me say this. If you travel on a road and you saw that this road, something could be done, but it's not being done, it makes me more angry.
Yeah.
If there was no road at all, it's a different thing. But if there was a road, and the road had been neglected for a long time, it makes it even bad and worse for people. So that feeling is there. 2, look at the cost for our women, our fathers, our farmers to transport goods, services, food, crops from one point to the other.
Okay.
If, for example, you cut your plantain and you're moving from the farm gate to the district capital, to market center on a market day, and you don't get a car and you use Aboboya, maybe to transport it about 4 times, the cost will be put on the cost, on the price that you put on the plantain.
Yes.
And that will be transferred to the person who is buying it at the market center, and that person is going to transport it from the market center to Kumasi or Accra.
Okay.
So by the time the plantain gets to Accra, the cost of that plantain will have been higher than it would have been if the roads were good, and it would have been easier for the cars to move there and get the plantains at the farm gate. You understand? So at the end of the day, we should be able to measure how drip has contributed to bringing down the cost of foodstuffs.
Okay.
How drip has made it possible for our poor farmers to have easy access to market.
So you will be interested in impacts.
Yes.
The impact drip makes.
At the end of it, I should be able to measure. I should be able to quantify the benefit of drip to the districts and to the people who live within those districts. For example, I gave this example and somebody was just dishing me on social media. Said, there have been so many cases of women having difficulty with labor and how they will be transported to even the nearest CHIPS compound to access medical health because the roads are bad. What benefit will it be for us to be able to put that road in shape so that it will be easier for that woman to be transported to that medical center? I think that we have to measure the effect of drip on the life of the people in those districts. 2, wouldn't it make it easier for school children to be able to move? Recently, we saw a video where school children have to cross a river almost every day.
Yes.
I live here. People were talking about it being in a rural area. But just here, Tetegu, our sister Obobia had to go and construct a bridge to be able to enable children to be crossing to school from one place of residence to another town where they have access to education. Just in Accra.
Yes.
Tetegu here.
I recall vividly.
You remember 3 years ago, about 4 children died as a result of that. So, assuming drip is able to do the road, that makes it easier for these children to access education, access school, without crossing the river. Drip will have achieved something for these people. So, drip is not just a matter of having machines that go there to do. Drip must impact on the life of the districts and the people who live within these districts. And that is what I want. I want, at the end of the day, to be able to measure what benefits has the program brought to the people who live within the areas where these machines have worked.
I want to ask you a question, but before that, let me just remind our listeners that if you are looking for electronic appliances, find the nearest Hisense showroom. Go there. Everything you need in terms of electronic appliances, from televisions, refrigerators, chest freezers, and air conditioners to washing machines, smartphones, sound system, water dispenser, microwaves. What do you want? Just walk into the nearest Hisense showroom. They'll give you up to 5 years manufacturer defect warranty. That's how much trust, faith they have in the product they sell there. You can find them around Ghana. You can find them around Accra, Tema, Kumasi, Takrade, Takwa, Mankesim, Obuasi, Sunyani, Techiman, Tamale, Hokweko for you to purchase any Hisense products at the best price on the market. Don't forget, they are best for quality, best for durability, best for energy efficiency, best for affordability, best for style, and best for technology. For further inquiries, call Hisense on 0302 55 0000. Visit our website, hisense.com.gh. Also, don't forget to follow Hisense on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Hisense has everyday prices for the everyday person. I realized that you were reporting to the Roads Minister.
Yeah.
So you are operating under the Roads or the Common Fund?
The drip is under the Office of the President.
Okay.
But we have oversight responsibility from the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development.
Ministry of Local Government
Yes.
and Rural Development.
Yes.
Fantastic. And I think the man at the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, somebody you know very well.
Oh, my friend, my brother.
Okay.
We've worked together for long, and we were in the local government committee. He was one of the champions of drip. So when the announcement was made and I went to his office to to inform him. He said, me da Nyankopon ase. You understand? Because we are like brothers. We share a lot of things, and the two of us have a common objective. He's somebody who I appreciate a lot, God-fearing, very humble, hardworking, and down to earth. And we have almost the same features and the same characteristics and the same attitudes and behavioral patterns. Maybe there are a few things that I do that he wouldn't do because he's an elder of the Pentecost Church. But Ahmed Ibrahim is a wonderful guy.
Yes.
And I'm happy I'm going to work with him. Maybe our path will cross with Ministry of Roads and Highways. Because some districts are also... You can also classify them as urban centers. And as such, we must look at it. For example, my district, Gan South,
yes,
or what you call Botan English and Manfro. We have just a few good roads. The rest of the roads are terrible. I want to be able to smile when I see the people in that community and that constituency.
But you can't touch that?
I will. I should be able to do that. Because it's also a district.
But okay. So
what we will not do is the major roads, the urban roads, the roads that are within the urban roads department. But then if you look at some other roads within the district, the drip machine should be able to help shape them. But Enongeshemanfro, for example, is suffering from a lot of erosion. So it made some parts of the constituency and the district very difficult to access from one area to the other. And that is in Greater Accra. You go to Bom Domiabra constituency and district, for example, so many of their roads are terrible. So if we're going to close them and say because they are in Accra and so they don't fall under the district roads improvement program, then we will not be doing a holistic work. I think that some districts that may seem to be municipals or let me say should also have, because the machines have been sent to almost every. Then what it means is that we must take back what has been sent to AMA, KMA, Second Takra Metropolitan Assembly, Cape Coast Municipals. We must take those machines back, but it's not possible.
I see. But because,
and
that as well, I was coming to your own.
Somebody ran to me yesterday. Honorable, Bakwe. Drip machine say I can load you a Catamanto.
And what that means?
The drip machines are being used to collect refuse in Catamanto. So I drove there and I saw that they're using one or two of them to help, clear the debris from the Catamanto market after the fire disaster. Yeah. But I have to call the AMA boss this morning and tell him that he's doing that without my permission.
I see.
If there was nobody in the office, now President Mama has put somebody in the office. And the office must be respected.
And there's an AMA boss?
No, the coordinating writer is acting. Yes, you understand. So he must at least inform our office.
Before you
Yes, because if you go to use it in such a manner and something happens to the machine, how are you going to account for? You understand? There are technicians that we have trained, and we know we must make sure that those technicians handle the machines.
Because I was coming.
Drip is going to create a lot of jobs. For every, let me say this, for every district at least, we are going to create, right from start, 9 jobs.
9 jobs?
Yes.
And the 9 jobs are the people who will be operating the machines?
The operators, and also every district coordinator.
Every district has a coordinator?
Yes.
That reports directly to you?
We report to the regional coordinator, and the regional director regional coordinator will report to the national coordinator. That's the structure.
But I was coming to ask you, because you were just talking about, so the urban roads, they go directly under the urban roads department of the ministry.
Yes.
So, I know there's the highway part of it too.
Yes.
So which roads do you touch?
We are touching on roads that normally, let me say, in the past have been referred to feeder roads. You understand? Those roads where basically they do maintenance and also routine maintenance, and also make sure they are always reshaping. They do reshaping. They are reshaped, and then to make it more travel for the rural areas to access district capitals and between district capitals and other towns and villages.
Okay. So those are the roads you mostly will touch.
And there are thousands of them.
Yes, I think I have a client. There's Michael who says he's from Adafo and happy to know that you know the rules in Adafo.
I know between 4 and let me say Pute 4 and Okansekope 4 and Azizanya 4 and other places.
Exactly what he was talking. He was talking Roman Junction to Azizanya, from Clinic Junction to Pute.
Pute, yes.
So already you have an idea.
And I have an idea. I come from Anyakpo. Okay. My village is Anyakpo, so I know between 4 to Pute to Anyakpo is terrible. Yeah, and those rules have to be looked at.
I see. Well, I think our time is up.
I think I will want to take the opportunity once again to thank His Excellency the President for this honor and this. I know and I can assure the government and the people that we will do a good job. All that I'm praying is that the Common Fund formula will be passed early, so that what is meant to oil drip will be getting. Drip is just funded by the Common Fund and also something from the Road Fund. Okay. Yeah. So once we get those releases, we'll get going.
But this is, because I was thinking that at least they get you some ministerial position where it is less stress.
Let me.
Nii is growing. Nii is no longer a young man.
Yes. I'll be 60 in June.
Yes. So you're no longer a young man. Yes. So you should get a less stressful job.
Let me say this: the stress is when you want to do something that you are unable to do. Okay. That's what gives me stress. Okay. But this is giving me joy, because I'm going to do something that I love doing, impacting on the life of my people. Okay. I want to make Ghanaians feel happy. I want to be sure that at the end of the day, the same manner Ghanaians were happy and clamoring that Nii Lante should be Minister for Sports, because of the work I did with sports. I'm sure in the next 4 years, I want Ghanaians to clamor for Nii Lante to be retained as the national coordinator for DRIP, based on my output.
You're saying that this job means so much to you.
A lot.
You mind if you
because I will want the situation whereby I enter a district and the people are so happy to receive me. The chiefs and the people are so happy to receive me. And be happy that President Mama made me the national coordinator. I want to be sure that by 2028, I can confidently go to all these towns and villages and campaign for the NDC, because I've delivered something to them.
It looks like you don't intend to reduce the, the field work anytime soon.
No. Once my God, gives me breath and gives me life and the strength, I will do it. And I'm so happy that I'm contributing something to this country. It's all about Ghana. And with me, I told you here that anything I will do to make President Mahama's government successful, I will do it. Because it is the only government that feels for the Ghanaian. It is the only government that thinks about the Ghanaian. It is the only government that is concerned about the plight of the Ghanaian. Not the sort of people who think about themselves, their pockets, and their welfare, and not the people.
I want to ask you 2 questions before you go. First one, if we were to give an advice to the sports minister currently, Mr. Kofi Adams, I'm sure you know him. Your colleague, former colleague.
Yeah, we've been talking.
What would that advice be?
I think we have an unfinished agenda. Okay. I've already had a discussion with him. Prior to his vetting, we had meetings and all this, and after that we had 1 or 2 discussions. Okay. I'm supposed to have a meeting with him, I think tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow we're going to have another meeting. We have an uncompleted revolutionary part. Okay. To restructure, reshape, and change our football.
Revolutionary part.
Yes, one of the things I would say, he must also look at what is happening in education. And let's have a forum on sports. And one of the key things I want him to introduce at that forum is term limit for people who occupy the position of GFA presidents and other sporting disciplines.
Term limits?
Yes. Because if somebody comes to the GFA as president and that person was a mess, but the person is so corrupt that he can influence delegates to always vote for him, it means that person will be there and our football will suffer. But if we can have term limits, say 2 terms of 4 years each, then we know that at least, even at all, we are saddled with this problem for 4 years or for 8 years, then we can throw the person out. You understand? And get somebody else. But situation where people have unlimited time, they can occupy the presidency for as much as they want, you may have to use unorthodox means to get them out. If they are so corrupt and they can bribe the delegates, they will always win the presidency. Why should a position of importance like the president of Ghana be subjected to only 2 terms? And then the president of the Football Association can have unlimited term. I don't think it's right.
I see. So term limits for the president of the Football Association.
I wish Kofi Adams can immediately have a forum to discuss that and adopt that.
I see. That's for that side. But secondly, I wanted to ask, then on the matter of Odudu, you spent 12 years. Are you proud of your time as MP?
Extremely proud.
Did you do what you intended to do?
Not all.
Not everything.
It wasn't perfect, but I can say, if I measure what I've done, I can proudly say that I've done a lot. I've set Odudu on the path, and my younger brother Ashikote is going to just swing on it. We've had a discussion last week. There are a few things that are standing. I feel sad that I wasn't able to resolve the issue of the Salaga market and also the St. Pay school before I left. But 8 years under the MPP regime was just Herculean. It was too difficult for me. And it added to my stress because the frustrations were so much. Let me say, but for common fund, I wouldn't have been able to achieve anything. And I thank God that I've done what I have, and I can be sure that Ashikote, with the NDC government in power, will be able to complete all the projects that were started under my tenure, and the people will be the benefit for it.
Thank you. Thank you very much for speaking to us.
Thank you, Stephen.
Yes,
it's always a
pleasure talking to you. Yes, of course. Yes, we hope to talk some more because this is.
Don't worry at all. I will be giving you an update on DRIP every time.
Yes, it's important.
Yes.
It's important. It's one of those areas where we constantly will be getting in touch with you.
Pray for us because DRIP will change a lot of things. A lot. Because my fellow, my brothers, the current MPs, everybody is happy. The fact that I've been given this mandate, and because we've worked together and they know how passionate I am with this. Very soon we'll be able to have our deputy coordinators, we'll have the regional coordinators, the district coordinators, and with the passage and approval of the formula, we shall start work as soon as possible. We have a new common fund administrator. We'll have a meeting with him to solidify the relationship so that it will always be easier for him to consider us in the formula. As soon as the new chairman for the road fund is chosen, is nominated, I'll pursue that and have the concretizing the relationship with the road fund. And it's all about, DRIP is all about having the resources. If we don't have the resources, the machines will be there. They can't do anything. Once we get the resources, we're able to deploy the machines to do work. So pray for us. And we'll be calling on you to also continue advocating for us.
Thank you.
Because we'll do your road for you.
Yeah, I hear you. Thank you. I don't know where Nii Lante Vanderpuye. His current assignment is to be National Coordinator for DRIP, District Road Improvement Projects. A huge job that he has been given to do around this country. Tomorrow we'll be joined by Hadia Shamima Muslim will join us in studio for a conversation. Deputy spokesperson, presidential spokesperson will join us in studio, and we'll have a conversation on a range of national issues. So don't